to Holden. He's around the wicket, he bowls, and Holden cuts hard in between point and cover for 4. That's a lovely shot. 270 for 3, and Holden moves to 110.
Van Buren starts his second over of the morning. Higgins taking him on for the first time. Slog sweep, and he's got that one out towards the car park. That is 6, and Marchand de Lange has to vault the picket fence over there and chase after the ball, which appears to be making its way towards the far end of the car park.
63 overs bowled, so 17 to the second new ball. He bowls outside the off stump, and that is edged straight to Gully. He was looking to run it. Little bit of width. Singdale gives Holden the send-off. Quite the send-off as well, whether there was something prior to it that led to that send-off, but the double fist bump.
Van Buren bowls wide, edged by Higgins, but wide of slip, and such a short boundary. It wouldn't really matter anyway. There's too much pace on it.
Here's Singdale. He's in. Bowls, swing into the right-handed Eskenazi, who just offers the full face of the bat and picks up 4 to the kiddies' boundary down below us.
Singdale wasn't getting the bounce that the other 3 Gloucestershire quicks were. As this is cut in the air, and a diving effort is unsuccessful from Singdale. He's just steamed in for an over. Van Buren looks furious.
Singdale to Higgins, who uppercuts in between slip and gully, and it could have gone to either. It didn't go to either of them, and it's 4 runs. And
so I think that was basically the only time he was able to come off his full run until the first game. There's the drift again from Van Buren, but unfortunately, from his point of view, all it's done is drifted it further onto the leg stump of Eskenazi, who sweeps it. You've got to bend your back to get anything out of them.
Goodman's in, bowls, and that's punched away through the covers. That's a glorious shot. Oh, he's timed that. 4 runs. Higgins. Here goes Goodman, bowls, and that is edged off middle over gully. Eskenazi swinging hard, giving himself room, and you'd imagine that message was probably quite clear, although
Van Buren continuing, slog sweep high in the air, and he has hit that one. Oh, mind the windscreens. God, just about missed that. Oh my goodness, there's a gentleman who's just got out of the car that very nearly hit. It's landed right between 2 cars. Got to keep their eyes on the ball the way Higgins is hitting it at the moment. He's slogged this one up in the air though, and should be caught by mid-off, who tumbles in and takes the catch. And that is the end of Ryan Higgins' innings. He gives his thigh an almighty wallop with his bat. Hasn't got on, so Gloucestershire are down a bowler.
Davies drives down the ground. Lovely shot. Typical Jack Davies, that one. Always remember that was the first shot I saw him play.
Round the wicket, Singdale bowling, cutting wide of second slip and down to the boundary for 4. And Singdale is holding that newly bandaged hand to his forehead.
Take more than that. Here's de Lange, he's in, bowls outside the off stump. This is cut away down to deep backward point for 4. 254 the lead, 373 for 5. Here's de Lange, bowls short, heaved away through the onside, and that is going to be 4. Saw it bobbling after the rope, but I wasn't sure if it pitched and rolled or whether that was the second or third bounce, but 4 more it is. Here goes de Lange, bowls, and Davies tees off down the ground to the short boundary. It wouldn't have been 6 on most grounds, but it's 6 on this one over long on. Just drops behind the rope. 3-3-8 for 5. De Lange to Eskenazi, steps outside the leg stump, opens the face and runs for fine of deep third. Now, whether that was more luck than judgment, deep mid-wicket and long leg back on the onside, and it's a low full toss from de Lange, which is slapped past the wide mid-on, who's a deep wide mid-on, but even wider of him, that's 4 more. Davies moves to 33. De Lange in, low full toss, slapped in the air and gone at deep mid-on this occasion. De Lange slips as he delivers the ball, he ends up on his knees, but it could almost be a goal celebration, couldn't it, on his knees sliding now. He can
20 basically behind on first innings, battled our way back. Let's not give it away now. This is edged, and right where a first slip would be, there is no first slip, and it's down to the boundary.
Yeah, the most double-barrel dismissal.
Oh, yes. This is driven away. That's a glorious shot through the covers. He's played that with such a neat flow of the bat, and
Goodman, he's in, bowls, and this is pulled away through mid-wicket powerfully. Goodness me, that's a fine shot by Eskenazi. Goodman in, down the track comes Eskenazi, and hooks fine for 4. He bisects long leg. and deep square.
Say it was me.
Here's an edge past the keeper for 4. A swing at a length ball. It got big onto Carey's and it flies. Bowls, and this ball is skied by De Carey's. Long on is underneath it, and Long on takes the catch. I'm pretty sure that is Singdale down there, so he'd have been under a little bit of pressure having put down one earlier.
And Buren Eskenazi, who's forward and nudging towards point, hand off the bat again, as he does quite often. And they've milked Van Buren for 5 runs that over, which means the lead is 330. Oh, and that's it.
330 off 58. I was close. In bowls, leg side. Oh, has he flicked it through? He has! Dent hangs his head to one side. He can't believe it. A feather down the leg side.
Just over the top of off stump. Bamber in now, bowls, and this is cut by Price. That's a good shot. There's nobody back there on the offside. The ball's not exactly whistling to the boundary, but it will make it comfortably enough.
Here's Helm. He's in bowls, and he's punched through the covers. Lovely shot for 4.
Bamber in now, bowls, and turned through backward square by Bancroft. Should be at least a couple. In fact, the fielder's going to have to do well to stop that. He doesn't. It's just... Here comes Bamber bowling, and Bancroft whips this one through the onside, wider mid-on, and that will have enough to go to the boundary. So
Helm bowls short. That's hooked handsomely by Price for 4. 38 for 1. He's on 17.
Here he comes again, bowls full, inviting the drive, and Price accepts, and that will be 4 runs. Doesn't matter how far in you. Last ball of the over. Higgins is in, and this is driven. That's a good looking shot from Bancroft off the back foot.
Willouve.
This is whipped away through the leg side by Bancroft, and that's 4 runs. He's timed that one very nicely. Crosses stumps, flicking it off his thigh.
Helm past the umpire, he bowls, edged. Oh, Deploy's taken an absolute screamer at second.
Bamber bowls, whipped away through square leg by Price. There'll be at least a couple of runs here, sprinting round the boundary. The fielder at long leg will not get there.
And one in particular, very short boundaries here. As here comes Helm. Bowls just outside of the off stump. Width like that, it doesn't matter how big the boundary is. It's punched away, backward a point, 4 more.
To the number of days that they can be used on this ground. As Hammond drives through extra cover and for 4 on the up.
Would it have been Lee as well? They were all out and then they all returned for the next series, and that was the end of this. Here goes Helm, he's in, bowls, punched away through point, and that will be 4.
At least 4 and over for the next 8, even to require 10 and over for the last 20 now. Brooks bowls, Hammond forces this through the offside. That will be 4 runs, so that will help the cause. Short extra cover in place. Brooks bowls short. Hammond pulls in the air straight to mid-wicket and is out.
Let's have a look. We've got
Jed Scott, Chris Harvey,
Tim Meston and Deepak Mahey.
Full delivery. Bracey drives, beats the gully and goes down for 4. I thought that was going to be another one-handed blinder. We've already seen one from Deploy.
I'm going to guess he went to the Surrey game this week. Surrey Hampshire's a tasty encounter, isn't it? As this ball's swept fine by Bracey. I think a little bottom edge on that. It goes away for 4.
Brooks runs in and bowls to him. Cut away and past backward point and flying away to the boundary for 4 runs. Here comes Brooks bowling. Cut away by Price. And it goes out towards the boundary. They might have to run these up because it is not getting there quickly. And they will turn and go for 3, and that is a half century for Ollie Price.
There's a leg gully in place now for Bracey as Brooks around the wicket, bowls outside the off stump. This is left alone. Have they brought Brooks back on? Here we go. Umpires are coming together, yes.